This is the second part for the solo game development as a career podcast. You can listen the first part on my YouTube or my Patreon. So let's get going. I'm going to share my own plan and strategy for the coming months as a solo game developer. Why I share this is because these plans may work as a good reference for yourself to build your own as a solo game developer, or maybe even within a team of yours. So here is my current state, plan, strategy, and timeline as a solo game developer for the next couple of months. Steam early access release of Secret Quest did not obtain very good numbers of players. But it was also rather expected since the game was not in a very good shape when it was first released. The Steam Early Access was released on December 2024. It has been slowly gathering wishlists and purchases and currently sits around 120 units sold and 1,000 wishlists. My plan for the project is to use approximately 1 week each month. Each week I develop an update for it and reach out to influencers to try it out. The progress will be rather slow, but it seems like it's going forward and getting more exposure after each round. My aim is to ship it somewhere around May 2025, but the release schedule highly depends on the amount of wishlists I grow during the time, since my aim is to get around 4,000 to 5,000 wishlists before the gold release. My other game, Cats with Standards, got its Steam page opened approximately 1 month ago. It did not receive basically any wishlists through Steam only, but the game itself is very close to having a demo ready. So I've evaluated that the game requires at least 1 week of full-time development to get the demo complete. I'm going to do this first, alongside with the Secret Quest content update. So if everything goes as planned, the Secret Quest content update will go live at the beginning of March, while the demo of Cats with Standards will see its daylight before the end of February. Once complete, I'll leave them to gather data, like I'm doing with this Secret Quest currently. While waiting for it, I'm going to develop my third game to make the demo ready by the end of March 2025. So that's how the process and this strategy of mine repeats itself. Once the demo is out for the third game and starts gathering feedback and data, I'm able to continue with Cats with Standards and Secret Quest. New game will be added to my queue after every 2 to 3 months, depending on when I'm able to ship the current flagship game of mine. As in this situation, it's about the release of Secret Quest. Now, why do I develop multiple games simultaneously rather than focusing on one? The short answer is marketing. Even if I could develop and ship a game within a month or two, it wouldn't be enough to build the required exposure for the game. What I'm testing here is that is it possible to gather that exposure more or less organically by providing more playable and promoting it on the go, rather than shipping it immediately once the game is complete. With Secret Quest, the data I get is suggesting that this could be possible. But obviously it's almost impossible to predict that until actually going through it and ship the game. More complicated answer is that I like the diversity. I personally find it hard to be interested in one project for a long period of time. Yes, I could practice consistency and such, but right now this approach feels better. I can have the diversity in my projects, which keeps them fresh each time I revisit them. To me, it feels like I'm building this excitement for the project when I'm not actively working with it. And while building the excitement for myself, I'm able to gather that valuable feedback and data through actual players who discover it through my rather simple marketing efforts. So that's my strategy and goal and concrete plan for the next couple of months. Maybe you could join me on this ride and dedicate yourself in building your first game or game demo during March 2025. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or maybe my Patreon as a free member to hear more of this journey. As you can see within my plan, there isn't that much of free time for me to build these devlogs or whatever you like to call them, but I'm going to still do it. Even though the quality won't be super polished, these devlogs hopefully help you. But these definitely help me to stay on track with the plan I've designed. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and consider purchasing the €3 per month tier on my Patreon to support my ongoing. And in case you decide to join my one game a demo in a month challenge for March, be sure to drop into our Discord community to share your progress. So subscribe to my YouTube, become a member on Patreon to kind of help me more reach people, awesome developers like you. So have a great week ahead. Cheers, thank you, and bye bye.